I need to know what kind of plot armor this guy is using, because even though I just found out about James Charles, since everybody's been talking about him these past couple of days over a rant that he made, I did a little bit of digging, and apparently this guy has gotten canceled at least 9 different times since 2016, and it just makes me wonder, how the fuck is this guy still creating content and still has millions upon millions of followers? But I guess the internet's forever, because when this guy made his rant, which he deleted, somebody recorded the rant as it was happening. So now we all get to see it, and he can't really hide it. So let's just get right into it and see what the hell's going on.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's the GoFundMe link. Any donations help."
Oh my god, that is so condescending. Like, I can already tell this guy's an asshole just from the way he's talking. Like, he is very fucking condescending, and the way he's just chuckling right now and giving the crazy eyes, those are all red flags.
I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same...
I mean, he's not entirely wrong, but he could have really just ignored the message. I feel like this whole situation would have been avoided if he just ignored the message and just went on with his day. But if he didn't do that, then we wouldn't have all this content to go through.
fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities. You could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled.
This guy is so disconnected from reality, because even if you apply to 100 different jobs right now, that's not a guarantee that one of those is going to be a job, or even a job, you know, especially a job that's going to last her long term, right? So that's just ignorant, and that's just being so disconnected, because it takes a lot of people, hundreds upon hundreds of job applications before they get hired. Some people are searching for jobs for years before they're even given a shot again. So this is just, yeah, this guy sounds like a fucking trust fund kid, which I can't take seriously. I'm sorry, but if you're on a trust fund like this kid is, I can't take you seriously.
And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. And you think that I'm going to send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day, and you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I fucking help you? Aside from that, 17,000 people lost their jobs at Spirit Airlines. Why do you think you need the GoFundMe? I can at least 1% respect the mentality of closed mouths don't get fed, doesn't hurt to try. But honestly, it does hurt to try because now you pissed me off. Okay, I'm not the one. Go find fucking Mr. Reese. This is literally his entire shtick. I'm sure the next YouTube video is literally gonna be like, I rehired all 17,000 of the Spirit Airlines employees, and it's gonna be the real life Hunger Games. The last one of them to leave the Spirit Airlines plane gets to be the CEO of the new company and gets a house and a car and $10 million that everybody else dies. Go find that video to compete in, baby. I'm not helping you. I'm not fucking helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I can at least understand if you were like, James, I'm a longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you. I'm suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money for myself and other people that have this. Maybe I would help. Maybe I would help because I love you and I appreciate you. This bitch, you lost your fucking job? Oh. What are we gonna do? Nothing! I'm gonna do nothing. You know what you need to do? Go find a fucking new one, girl. Put some effort into the workplace.
So even though it's insensitive and he sounds condescending as fuck, and I don't like the fact that he's a trust fund baby or seems like a trust fund baby, I will say he does make a couple of points that people lose their jobs every day, and that what else? And that if she's not a follower, then she simply shouldn't be asking this guy for help anyways. Like, she's not a follower, never DM'd him, whatever. I get that, right? I get that. I completely get that. But this didn't need a whole ass video where he just looks like even more of an asshole now. He could have just ignored it and went on with his day. That's all. That's all he could have done. But I do think that his past reputation has caused people to have an outrage over this video even more, just because of all the shit he's done in the past. But I feel like if he was kind of on a clean slate, I feel like he wouldn't be getting nearly as much heat right now, which, don't get me wrong, is deserved. But he does make a couple of points. But one other thing I'll disagree on, though, is the shooting your shot thing. I think it's better to try, fail, and piss the person you're asking off than to have never tried at all. It's like they say, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Let's see this next one.
I stand behind what I said 10 toes
Okay, so I guess this is a second part of his little rant that he also deleted. But again, remember, the internet's forever. So let's see what this brings us.
down. The reason I made that video yesterday, though, was a lot of people these days do not have the make it work mentality. They have no desire to actually put in the effort to try to fix a problem and get themselves out of a situation.
After James Charles deleted this viral video of a Spirit airline employee who lost her job asking for him for money, he made this follow-up part 2 video the next morning, which he also apparently just deleted. If you haven't seen it, here it is in its entirety.
I ended up deleting the video that I posted yesterday talking about people who send me GoFundMe links that have never followed, supported, DM me before, just begging for money. And most people were like enjoying the video, saying it was a valid point, but it definitely started causing some discourse in the comments. And a lot of people were just saying it was out of touch and insensitive. And they're right. It was definitely a harsh choice of words, maybe not my best video. And I deleted it, but of course the internet is forever, and now a lot of
there you go, internet's forever. Like I said,
creators are using like the 5-second clip in the very beginning where I'm like, "You're a lazy piece of shit. Get a new job," to upload their cute little think pieces, being like, "Influencers are all so out of touch. This is so disgusting. You don't know how hard it is in the job market these days." Oh my god, give me a fucking break.
This guy reminds me of like one of those celebrities that you see in the movies that are just like all condescending and shit. He's actually playing the part pretty well right now, if you ask me.
I am out of touch, first and foremost. Okay, I am never going to be one of those influencers that gets online and pretends to be poor so I can come across as relatable to my audience. I think it's tacky, I think it's annoying, and I also think it's quite insulting to the audience watching, as if you guys are going to be fooled into thinking that. You've been watching me for 10 years now. It's no secret that I have been able to find success doing what I've done. It didn't start that way, though. I started from literally nothing and had a dream for myself and was determined to literally do anything to make it happen. And luckily, I've been blessed to be able to do that and now call this my full-time job. The reason I made...
But here's the thing, right? Even though you admit that you're out of touch, it's also out of touch to be publicly shaming somebody that DM'd you simply for help. Now, yeah, I get it. You didn't leak the username or whatever, but I'm sure that person saw your video and she felt a certain way. But, you know, that means people are right when they say you're out of touch, in the sense that you don't really understand what it's like to struggle firsthand, or you haven't in a while and you just simply forgot, whatever, right? But yeah, let's just see what this guy has to say.
That video yesterday, though, was a lot of people these days do not have the make it work mentality. They have no desire to actually put in the effort to try to fix a problem and get themselves out of a situation. They immediately result in asking for help. And don't get me wrong,
So he's not entirely wrong. And the whole asking for help thing can get pretty fucking annoying, especially when, you know, when they know that, you know, the person they're asking has money or whatever, and they just assume that they have more than enough money to help. He's not completely wrong there, but still.
If there's anything wrong with asking for help, in my personal opinion, though, it should be a last resort. If you disagree, that's totally fine. That's your personal opinion. I'm not going to apologize for having mine. There's a lot of people responding back to the video being like, "Oh my gosh, he has no idea how hard the job market is. I've been applying for new jobs for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years now, and I've literally heard back nothing from any of the jobs." I'm sorry that that is happening to people. I know that the job market fucking sucks. I've heard so many horror stories. I can't even imagine what that's like. Those are the people, in my opinion, that are totally valid in asking for help. The person that I made the video about yesterday lost their job last week at Spirit Airlines, along with 17,000 other people. And granted, I don't know this person. Maybe making a GoFundMe link was really their last resort. I just personally do not believe that to be the case, because I know for a fact that they sent the same exact DM to hundreds of different influencers and celebrities. This person did not follow me. They have never DM'd me previously. They have never supported me on any social platforms.
But that's how you got to shoot your shot. You got to just DM hundreds and hundreds of people. Don't take it personal, okay? Don't take it personal.
I've never purchased from Painted. This person was literally just spam.
Although, conspiracy theory, this person could be scamming. The person that's DMing all these influencers could be scamming.
Not copying and pasting.
Maybe James Charles is onto something. Who knows?
This DM to every person that they assumed had money to offer them. And I'm sorry, just because somebody has money does not mean that you're entitled to. I'm sorry if that comes across as insensitive or privileged or mean, but welcome to the real world. It's fucking hard out there. Nobody owes anybody anything. The universe will constantly remind you of that. And a little bit of effort goes a really, really long way sometimes. I stand behind what I said 10 toes down. Instead of spending an hour copying and pasting the same DM to 100 different celebrities or influencers, you could have spent the same amount of time copying and pasting a job application to hundreds of different companies. Or, hear me out, put in a little bit of effort. If you want to send the DMs, at least spend 20 seconds before you hit send, customizing it to the person that you're asking for money from, right? "Hi, sister. James, I've been watching your YouTube videos since I was a teenager. You really taught me how to do makeup and have positively impacted my life every single Friday. Hey, I'm in this shitty situation. Do you think that you could help?" Probably would have gone a lot further than a generic message. Or instead of copy and pasting the same job application to hundreds of different companies, send in 10 job applications to companies that you really care about and you think you could fit in with, and then customize your application and your cover letter, letting these recruiters or hiring people know that you're the best candidate for this job and why they should want you on their team.
But all that is easier said than done because it takes a while to customize your cover letters and resumes to fill the specific needs of each of those companies. It fucking takes a while. And most of those just get thrown in the garbage before it even sees human eyes now because AI filters out a lot of those resumes these days. So most of your applications aren't even being seen by a human anymore. So it definitely is pretty fucking hard out there. But yeah, I would say as far as the customizing things go, yeah, she probably could have customized her messages. But the more I think about it, the more sus it is. Like, damn, like, is James Charles already kind of growing on me with this take at least? I know he's done a lot of fucked up other shit that I can't respect him just from the stuff that I've read about him. But like, this could still be, this person that's sending the GoFundMe links could still be scamming. Who knows, right? Conspiracy theory. Wah, 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 wah.
I know putting in the extra work and effort probably feels useless when you know that you're in a sea of DMs or job applicants, but trust and believe, as somebody who's now on the other side of things, the little bit of extra effort does go a very long way, and unfortunately, taking the easy route is usually never going to work. That's just my 2 cents. Just a word of advice. You can take it, you can leave it, it's all good. I just wanted to provide some more context on my video yesterday because I do not like how it's being twisted and taken out of context. It was definitely never my intention to undermine anybody who's trying to work and provide a better future for themselves, their family, and their loved ones. I just don't exactly think that that is what this person was trying to do. Or
I don't know. You sound like you never had a real serious job in your life. It's all this shit that you're saying is a lot easier said than done. It's like you think that people can just customize their cover letter and resumes at the drop of a hat or at the press of a button. No, it takes a lot of fucking time, right? Like if you you should be customizing your cover letters, your resumes, and your applications and all that to tailor each of the company. But to get hundreds of those out, it's going to take you at least like a good week or so. If you're properly customizing for each single role that you apply to, it's going to take you a while. It's going to take you at least 1 or 2 weeks. You're going to be working full time just customizing these resumes and whatnot. Like, it's pretty fucking hard out there. And it just goes back to my original saying. It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. All right. There's a couple more.
How is James
So yeah, this influencer just basically, I'll just watch
Charles
this one.
famous? Honest question, how is he famous? Because never in my life has someone asked me for help, and my first reaction was to just go off on them and make fun of them.
why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. My God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart.
Because I'm sure everyone at some point has received a DM of someone asking them for help, whether it's a scam or not. But the thing is, you just don't need to respond to it if you don't want to help. There is no reason to put them on blast. And by the way, this is the same guy who was allegedly sending inappropriate messages to 16-year-olds.
That's fucking nasty.
And yet somehow
That's some Jeffrey Epstein shit right there.
he still has a career, which brings me back to the original question. Who in the world is supporting this guy at this point? Like, what is the psychology behind not only supporting somebody like that, but whenever you get to that level of following, that you just turn into the worst possible human imaginable? And yet he still has 40 million followers just on TikTok and multiple other millions across other platforms. How is James Charles...
Yeah, I mean, influencers, man, they can get away with a lot of shit. But then, I mean, are we surprised? Are we surprised at this point? Especially with the Epstein files? Like, none of the elites that were named in the Epstein files, in the US at least, were even given a slap on the wrist. And it's really sad knowing that we didn't hold any of the elites here in the US accountable over the Epstein files, or at least what we know about the Epstein files. But then in other countries, even just being mentioned, like the prince, fucking dethroned, untitled, disowned by the British and all that shit. And just a whole bunch of other examples where people are getting arrested left, right, and center. In other countries, even though the Epstein files and Jeffrey Epstein and all this shit was mostly a US thing, there was more accountability overseas than there was in the fucking US. But that's a different story for a different time. But it's really no wonder why people like James Charles aren't being punished for diddling with, people that are not of legal age.
You cannot cancel James Charles.
But now, if you're curious to see all the other shit that he's been canceled for, look no further, because she's going to give us a Cliff Notes version of his cancellations, because this isn't the first time and probably won't be the last.
Charles. Let's run it back through all of his controversies. In 2017, James went to Africa and ended up going on a social media site and saying that he was nervous that he was going to get Ebola. Naturally, people thought that that was racially insensitive, so he went ahead and apologized and deleted the post.
Oh yeah, Ebola was pretty big back at the time.
Fast forward to 2018. After that post was deleted, Ariana Grande actually unfollowed James Charles. James then goes on to say in a 2018 Q&A that Ariana Grande was one of the rudest celebrities that he had ever met. Hey, let's go to 2019. Bye, sister, Dramageddon. Ringing any bells? Tati Westbrook ends up uploading a video stating that James Charles was predatory towards straight men and stating that he was using a competitor's brand. Tati owned.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have gay friends, and that means I've met other gay people going out with them. And let's just say there are quite a few gay guys that will still pursue you, even if you say that you're straight. And it's actually funny. It actually reminds me of Valentine's Day of 2020. This was before the pandemic. Me and one of my friends were going out to one of these gay bars. This fucking like mid 60-year-old guy at the time. He was older than my mother or whatever. Walks up to me, tries to chat me up, whatever. Insists on asking for my IG. I fucking gave it to him because, you know, whatever. Just to get him off my back. Literally, on Valentine's Day, on the day of Valentine's Day, I gave him the IG like a few weeks before. I think it was Super Bowl. That's why. But yeah, basically, he's mostly silent. Then Valentine's Day comes around. He sends me, I shit you not, a picture of him in an Austin Powers cosplay with the text, "You make me freaky, baby." And keep in mind, I haven't talked to this guy in like weeks up until then. And he knew I was straight too. This fucking guy knew I was straight too. So yeah, just watch out if you're going out with the gays and you have gay friends or whatever, or maybe you want to go to gay bars to hit on women or whatever. Just keep that in mind, that you will run into gay guys who will try to convert you for at least a night, even if you're straight.
Halo Beauty, which was a hair supplement brand, and then James Charles ended up doing an ad for Sugar Bear hair. Fast forward to 2021, where James Charles was accused of grooming underage guys. Multiple boys accused James Charles of asking them to send inappropriate messages and pictures. James then uploaded a video titled "Holding Myself Accountable," which doesn't sound a lot like a denial. And who can forget the 2025 Kayla Malik Evan Johnson controversy? Kayla told her friend James Charles at the time what had happened between her and Evan. James Charles ended up going on and inviting Evan over to his home, which brings us to 2026. Today, when James Charles ends up posting a video stating that a fan reached out to him asking for money after she had been fired from her job. He proceeds to post a video essentially shaming this girl for reaching out to him asking for that. And on one hand, sure, don't ask somebody to be your bank. But on the other hand, don't post a public video shaming somebody after they just got fired from their job when you yourself have not had a conventional job pretty much ever. I think there are two reasons why James Charles...
Fucking trust fund kids, see? Can't take them seriously. Too much privilege, and they just, you know, they just disconnected from reality, so they can't relate. They can't relate at all.
Still has yet to be canceled and probably won't be canceled after today's incident. The first reason I think is because of the halo effect. People who are viewed as conventionally attractive and pretty people are usually not scrutinized
Looks maxing
as heavily as other people. I think the color of James' skin, I think that lets him get away with a lot more than he should be getting away with.
Oh, yeah.
I'll leave that there. Secondly, I think
white privilege.
That there's a lot of scandal fatigue. Everyone is getting mad about everything these days. Everyone is
Scandal fatigue, and that's especially true with Donald Trump, right? That's another byproduct of the Trump presidency, is that there's so many scandals involving him that we're kind of just sane washed into thinking that everything else is okay, no matter how shitty it is. Like James Charles being a complete dick to somebody just asking for a little bit of money after getting laid off of Spirit Airlines, or him being a diddler or whatever. All this is like nothing in comparison to the shit we've seen from the Trump administration in just these last 1.5 years. Like not even a full 2 years, like 1.5 years since he took office. So yeah, we're really just sane washing right now, and it's going to impact us for decades, I would imagine.
getting canceled left and right, but none of those cancellations actually hold up. Those are just my opinions, but why do you think James Charles hasn't been canceled yet? You cannot...
Yeah, why do you think James Charles or any of those other influencers that do stupid shit haven't been canceled yet? Stew on that one.